Hello, and welcome back to the Out of Spec podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah. Hyundai is now giving free NACS adapters to IONIQ owners from model years 2024 and earlier for free. You can claim it from the My Hyundai app. A free NACS adapter. They're joining Ford and Rivian, who were giving out free NACS adapters, compared to General Motors and Nissan, which have been charging upwards of $200 for them. If you are a model year 2024 or earlier owner of a Kona Electric, the IONIQ 5, IONIQ 6, and even the original IONIQ hatchback, that's a call, big throwback there, you will now be able to claim a free NACS adapter and charge on Tesla's supercharging network starting in Q1 2025. We don't have a specific date yet, but we know that is in just a few weeks. Q1 starts, so sometime within the first 3 months of 2025, you will have access to Tesla's supercharging network. Included, I was able to reach out to my local Hyundai dealer, and they already have some IONIQ 5 2025 inventory with the native NACS port on the way. So very soon, I was actually able to see on Auto Tempest that there was some inventory available across the country, and you will now be able to buy a 2025 Hyundai IONIQ 5. You will be able to immediately charge on Tesla Supercharging Network. You won't have to wait for the date that it opens. If your 2025 IONIQ 5 comes with native NACS, boom, you will be able to charge on Tesla Supercharging Network immediately. And again, this is just like the IONIQ 9, which has native NACS start of production. We haven't really gotten a full timeline of the IONIQ 6. The IONIQ 6 is coming with a refresh as well, but we haven't gotten a full timeline when we will see the IONIQ 6 with native NACS, but expect that to have native NACS for the next model year as well. So super exciting. So we have Hyundai getting NACS ports. We know Q1, they will be able to have access to the Tesla Supercharging Network, and you can get a free adapter from the My Hyundai app, all from the pleasure of Hyundai. I think Hyundai has really solidified themselves as an EV automaker. They have doubled their sales in November compared to last year. I believe it was like 2,300 in 2023, and then now it's like 5,000 in this past month, November, so of 2024. So look, I'm also even more excited that it's going to have NACS. I think this will have even more sales for Hyundai. Biggest gripe that I have, and I'm sure that you share with me as well, well, it's not on the correct side. I remember a few episodes ago, I said the correct side or wrong side. I don't mean that the Hyundai IONIQ charge port is wrong. It's in a bad placement. I honestly think the passenger bag is a fine place to put our charging port, but it isn't compatible with Tesla's supercharging network. And for a vehicle that is now starting production out of their new Georgia factory, you would think that they would just put it on the side that makes it easier for Hyundai owners, as well as it being easier for other people charging on Tesla's supercharging network, specifically Tesla owners. But what can I say? Clearly, I'm not the billion-dollar conglomerate company. They know what they're doing. But it's on the wrong side. And I wish these automakers would just put the charge port on the right side. That's really all they need to do. Now, again, I do want to clarify, right? And I'll kind of share this on screen here. And for those who are only listening, our friend Brandon Flash said, will current owners have access now with other approved adapters? So if you have an A to Z or Electron adapter, will you be able to immediately charge your Hyundai? Tesla responded, only NACS native Hyundai IONIQ 5s will be able to do that. However, Tesla in the past has made claims and said, hey, no, only this group will be able to do it. And then people have tested it, and the group they say wasn't be able to do it wouldn't be able to. So that being said, if you are an IONIQ 5 owner with a NACS adapter, in the coming weeks, if you want to try to plug in at the Tesla Supercharging Network, I don't mean traveling and I don't mean expect, right, to be able to charge, but let us know what you see. Are you able to charge with your adapter, right? It's all through the CCS1 communication, but there's something there preventing non-NACS vehicles from, those with CCS adapters, NACS adapters, to be able to charge. So if you're able to, let us know down in the comments. I'd actually be pretty curious to see what that is like. But they say CCS Hyundai vehicles will have supercharging access in Q1 of 2025 through their OEM approved adapters. Now, That's another part. I think that's pretty important to point out here. They don't say the official Tesla NACS adapter. They don't say the official Hyundai adapter. They say OEM approved adapters, which means we could see adapters coming from a multitude of other manufacturers. We know that Electron and Ford have come together to make a Ford adapter, right? A Ford approved adapter. We know that Nissan has their adapter and it comes like a third-party accessory, like plastic piece that goes in the charge port. I made an episode about that. You can watch that there. And so, you know, it's it opens the door for Tesla approving other adapters. A to Z and Electron are the big two that I think of on the top of my mind for making third-party adapters that aren't approved as of right now. Again, I just said Ford and Electron have an adapter, but it isn't the same as the Electron adapter that they currently provide. So, is Tesla hinting that in the future we could see the current A to Z and Electron adapters have OEM approval, specifically from Tesla? Now, those adapters are SAE certified. So those adapters are certified to work, right? Work properly, but they haven't been approved by Tesla and other auto manufacturers. And what that opens the door to is blocking the warranty for other vehicles. So if I plug in my A to Z or Electron adapter into my Rivian, for instance, and let's say there's a charging fault and I've killed the battery somehow, unlikely to happen, but we're speaking hypotheticals here. Let's say the battery just somehow breaks. They will go in the charging logs and see, okay, well, you didn't use an approved Tesla adapter. We never sent you one yet. So what adapter were you using? And it mixes disputes of whether, you know, causes are through warranty or it has to be covered by the owner. So I'm hoping that Tesla says, hey, let's approve some adapters. And this kind of makes manufacturers and owners feel a bit more comfortable. But I honestly don't blame Tesla if they were just like, nope, it's just got to be the Tesla adapter, guys. Because honestly, again, opening third-party adapters opens a door to more liability. Anyway, right? We're not talking about adapters. We're talking about Hyundai. So again, Hyundai will now have access to the Supercharger network Q1, and you can claim your free NACS adapter. This only expands the electrification further. We know Tesla Supercharger network is number one in North America, and honestly, if I think changing to NACS is one of the best decisions that automakers can do. Hyundai isn't the only one. Kia is also doing it. Of course, Hyundai, Kia is pretty much one company, but Lucid is doing it as well. We know GM and Rivian are looking to introduce NACS next year as well. So be on the lookout. I can't wait to see as this NACS rollout comes and we can see what vehicles have NACS and what don't. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Out of Spec podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah, and I'll see you guys in the next one.